Welcome to LC Coins World, your go-to channel for everything about numismatics, antique coins, and rare notes. In this video, we reveal why some 1918 Lincoln half-dollar uncirculated coins could be worth a fortune and what special features make them highly collectible, from key dates to rare mint errors. Learn what to watch for and how much these valuable coins are selling for today. If you love rare coins and unique collectibles, make sure to subscribe for more amazing coin facts, price updates, and expert tips on U.S. currency and numismatic treasures. Thank you for supporting LC Coins World. Happy collecting into the rich and compelling history behind the 1918 Lincoln half-dollar, a coin that does not exist in official U.S. mint records, as there was no actual release of a Lincoln half-dollar in 1918, which brings U.S. to an important and fascinating exploration of coin misidentification. Private mint issues, tokens, and commemoratives that often get confused with official U.S. coinage. Many collectors may come across coins or medals that appear to represent something official, such as a Lincoln half-dollar from 1918, and it's crucial to understand what these items really are, where they come from, and what historical context surrounds them. While the United States Mint did produce a number of half-dollar coins in 1918, including the Walking Liberty half-dollar and the rare and celebrated 1918 Illinois Centennial Commemorative half-dollar, which features Abraham Lincoln on its obverse, there was no standard issue coin referred to as a 1918 Lincoln half-dollar in everyday circulation. Now, this means that if you have a coin labeled 1918 Lincoln half-dollar, it is most likely a commemorative issue or a privately minted token, often produced to honor Abraham Lincoln during the centennial celebrations of the state of Illinois, or as part of a broader effort to commemorate the legacy of one of America's most revered presidents. In our in-depth 2-hour documentary today, we will explore how commemorative coinage evolved in the United States and how special issues like the 1918 Illinois Centennial half-dollar came into existence. This particular commemorative coin was authorized by Congress and struck at the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia with a total mintage of just over 1,000 pieces. It was created to honor the 100th anniversary of the state of Illinois and featured a striking bust of Lincoln designed by George T. Morgan, who is best known for the famous Morgan dollar. The reverse of the coin includes the Illinois state seal and inscriptions that commemorate the statehood centennial. This coin is often mistakenly referred to as the Lincoln half-dollar due to the prominent portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and its historical connection to the state where he launched his political career. It holds a special place in U.S. numismatic history as one of the earliest federally authorized commemorative half-dollars, and it set the stage for the boom in commemorative coinage that followed in the 1920s and 1930s. In this video, we will analyze the design elements of the 1918 Illinois half-dollar and how it reflects both state pride and national reverence for Lincoln. We will dive deep into the life of George T. Morgan, his work at the U.S. Mint, and how his designs became iconic symbols of American coinage. We will also explore the minting process, the legislation behind commemorative coins, and how these pieces were distributed, sold, and collected by the public at the time. In addition, we will uncover the world of private mint issues and how many companies and organizations produced Lincoln-themed medals, tokens, and replica coins around 1918, which sometimes carry confusing or misleading markings that make them appear official. We will examine the materials they were made from, how to identify real U.S. mint coins versus private issues, and how to assess the value and collectability of these items. We will also look into the broader numismatic market for Lincoln-related coins, from early wheat cents to presidential dollars, and how Lincoln's image has remained a staple of American currency for over a century. We will analyze auction records, grading data, and collector interest in the 1918 commemorative half-dollar and similar pieces, and how condition, rarity, provenance, and historical context affect market prices today, whether you are holding an actual 1918 Illinois Centennial half dollar or a private Lincoln token. Our goal is to give you the tools to identify, authenticate, and appreciate the story behind what you have. So welcome back to LC Coins World, where history and coins come together to tell America's story one piece at a time. Stay tuned as we explore every detail and reveal the truth behind the coin known by many as the 1918 Lincoln half dollar. Today, we are diving into one of the most iconic and historically significant commemorative coins ever issued by the United States Mint, the 1900 Lafayette dollar. This extraordinary piece was not only the first official commemorative silver dollar issued by the United States, but it also stands as the first coin authorized by Congress to bear the portrait of a real person during their lifetime, which makes this a milestone in numismatic history and a treasured artifact of American and Franco-American relations. This coin was created to help fund the construction of a statue of General Lafayette in Paris, a gift from the United States to France in recognition of the vital support Lafayette gave to the American colonies during the Revolutionary War. Now, to understand why the Lafayette dollar was minted and why it holds such deep historical weight, we must journey back to the late 18th century when a young French aristocrat named the Marquis de Lafayette crossed the Atlantic to fight for American independence. His contribution to the American cause, including his close alliance with George Washington and his involvement in key battles such as the Battle of Brandywine and the Siege of Yorktown, earned him an enduring place in American history. More than a century later, the United States prepared to participate in the 1900 Paris Exposition Universelle, a world fair showcasing global culture, innovation, and industry. American organizers saw this event as a perfect opportunity to honor Lafayette's legacy with a commemorative statue in Paris and to fund the project. Congress authorized the minting of 50,000 silver dollars for sale to the public, with proceeds going toward the statue's creation. The coin was designed by Charles E. Barber, the sixth chief engraver of the United States Mint, and features dual busts of George Washington and Marquis de Lafayette. On the obverse side, these portraits symbolize the enduring friendship between the United States and France, while also commemorating two of the most respected military leaders of the Revolutionary War. The reverse of the coin displays the Lafayette equestrian statue, which was to be erected in Paris, with inscriptions that reflect the commemorative nature of the coin and its historical purpose. These design elements were deeply symbolic and reflect the high level of artistry and intention that went into the coin's production. The coin was struck in 1899, but bears the date 1900. To align with the Paris Exposition of that year, it was produced only at the Philadelphia Mint, and each coin was made from 90% silver and 10% copper, the standard composition for U.S. silver dollars at the time. Although 50000 coins were authorized and struck, only about 36,800 were actually sold to the public, making the remainder among with inscriptions that reflect the commemorative nature of the coin and its historical purpose. These design elements were deeply symbolic and reflect the high level of artistry and intention that went into the coin's production. The coin was struck in 1899, but bears the date 1900 to align with the Paris Exposition of that year. It was produced only at the Philadelphia Mint, and each coin was made from 90% silver and 10% copper, the standard composition for U.S. silver dollars at the time. Although 50000 coins were authorized and struck, only about 36,800 were actually sold to the public, making the remainder among the earliest instances of unsold commemorative coins being melted down. This makes surviving examples highly collectible and particularly valuable, especially in higher grades. The Lafayette dollar was sold for $2 each, a premium above face value, which was intended to help raise the necessary funds for the Lafayette Monument. The statue was eventually completed and dedicated in Paris, with the Lafayette dollar forever serving as a tangible reminder of this gesture of friendship between two nations. Over the next 2 hours in this in-depth video, we will examine every element of the Lafayette dollar, including the historical circumstances surrounding its authorization, and design the life and legacy of the Marquis de Lafayette and his role in both the American and French revolutions, the relationship between Lafayette and George Washington, and how that is captured on the coin. We will take a deep look at Charles E. Barber's design choices and artistic influences. We will also explore the minting process and what makes certain Lafayette dollars more valuable than others depending on their condition, strike, and provenance. You will learn how to authenticate these coins, understand the grading process through third-party grading services such as PCGs and NGC, and assess current market trends by reviewing auction records and dealer pricing. We will showcase the most expensive Lafayette dollars ever sold, including those in mint state or proof-like conditions, and explain what collectors look for when valuing these pieces. In addition, we will explore how this coin influenced future commemorative issues and how it fits into the broader history of U.S. commemorative coin programs. We will also address common questions such as whether the Lafayette dollar ever circulated, how it was distributed, and whether it is still legal tender today. By the end of this video, you will have a complete and nuanced understanding of the 1900 Lafayette dollar, its historical context, design, production, collectability, and legacy making. You're not just a collector, but a true steward of American numismatic heritage. So, thank you for joining LC Coin's world, where every coin has a story, and today, that story is a tribute to freedom, friendship, and shared history between nations. Through the artistry of silver and the memory of Lafayette himself,